practices recommended by Rinpoche, plus I have that amazing prayer from Khandro-la that I can read out again. So we can begin by setting our motivation. And a really nice way to do that is just like the sun has come out this afternoon, we can think that we're surrounded by all sentient beings, starting with those closest to us, karmically, the ones that we have a connection with, all seated, enjoying the sunshine on their face, joining us in the prayers. And behind us, all of our friends, our besties, around us, all of our acquaintances, those that we know of. In front of us, anyone we've had problems or difficulties with. And regardless of our relationship, our karmic connection, what type of karmic connection we have with all these people, we think that we're doing this practice together and we're leading them. We're doing on behalf of all the sentient beings, especially all those who don't have an opportunity to be able to protect themselves, either physically or karmically. So what we're all experiencing now, the results of negative karma, but how we respond makes new karma. So we really can make this a precious opportunity to develop our compassion, our equanimity, our loving concern, and to propel us into a motivation of liberation and enlightenment, because clearly samsara isn't working out how we hoped. So let's read the motivation prayers together, the ones that Lama Zopa Rinpoche requested that we do anyway every day. So here we go. Just get the screen share working. Essence encompassing all the Buddhas, originator of all the holy Dharma of scripture and realization, principle of all the Aryas intending virtue, in the glorious holy Gurus I take refuge. Please, Gurus, bless my mind to become Dharma, Dharma to become the path, and the path to be without obstacles. Until I achieve Buddhahood, please bless me to be like youthful Nosang and Bodhisattva always crying, by correctly following the virtuous friend with pure thought and action, seeing whatever is done as pure and accomplishing whatever is said and advised. Please bless me to see that this greatly meaningful body with freedoms and richnesses is difficult to find and easily perishes, that action and result are so profound, and that the sufferings of the evil-gone transmigratory beings are so difficult to bear. Therefore, please bless me to take refuge from the depths of my heart in the three rare sublime ones, to abandon negative karma and to accomplish virtue according to Dharma. In dependence upon that, even if I achieve the mere higher rebirth of a deva or human, I will still have to experience suffering endlessly in samsara because of not having abandoned and being under the control of the disturbing thought obscurations. Therefore, please bless me to reflect well upon the way of circling in samsara and to continuously follow day and night the path of the three types of precious trainings, the principal method for becoming free from samsara. In dependence upon that, even if I achieve near liberation, since there is no sentient being of the six types who has not been my father and mother, please bless me to think I must fulfill their purpose and turn away from the lower happiness of nirvana. Then please bless me to generate precious bodhicitta by equalizing and exchanging myself with others, and to follow the conduct of the conqueror's sons, the 6 paramitas, and so forth. Having trained my mind in the common path in that way, I will not be upset even if I have to experience the sufferings of samsara for a long time. However, please bless me to look at sentient beings with extraordinary, unbearable compassion and to enter the quick path of the Vajrayana teachings. Then please bless me to protect my vows and samayas more than my life, and to quickly accomplish the unified Vajradhara state in one brief lifetime of this degenerate time. May I not give rise to heresy for even a second in regard to the actions of the glorious Guru. May I see whatever actions are done as pure. With this devotion, may I receive the Guru's blessings in my heart. Magnificent and precious Root Guru, please abide on the lotus seat at my heart. Guide me with your great kindness and grant me the realizations of your holy body, speech and mind. Determined to obtain the greatest possible benefit from all sentient beings who are more precious than a wish-fulfilling jewel, I shall hold them most dear at all times. May I become like a wish-granting jewel, fulfilling all the wishes, and like a wish-granting tree, fulfilling all the hopes of transmigratory beings. For the sake of accomplishing the two purposes of all sentient beings, without any sense of loss or concern, I give away my body and likewise my enjoyments, such as food and clothing, and even all my virtues accumulated over the 3 times. By abandoning attachment and giving everything away, I will pass beyond sorrow, and my mind will achieve the non-abiding, sorrowless state, the state of omniscience. Since I'll have to give up everything all at once when I die, it's best for me to give it away to sentient beings, because Buddhahood is attained in that way. As I've already given this body an impure aggregate to all beings to use for their pleasure, even if they always kill me, criticize me, beat me, and so forth, I'll let them do whatever they like. From now on, whether they play games with my body or make it an object of laughter by ridiculing and making fun of it to hurt me. Since I've already given this body of mine to sentient beings, why would I resist by protecting it and so forth? I will also use it to do any virtuous action that doesn't harm and that benefits others. Whenever any sentient being encounters me, may it never be meaningless for them and always be meaningful. Whenever someone has an angry or devotional thought arise, just by looking at me, may that attitude alone become a cause that always accomplishes all the temporary and ultimate purposes of that being. Whenever others criticize me with their speech, harm me with their bodies, or likewise insult me behind my back, may all of them have the fortune to achieve great enlightenment. May I be a saviour for those who lack a saviour, a guide for all the beings who enter a road, a boat, a ship, and a bridge for those who want to cross the water. May I be an island for those who seek the safe shore of an island, a light for those who want a light, bedding for those who wish for bedding, and for all beings who desire a servant, may I become a servant of them all. May I be a wish-granting jewel and a wish-fulfilling vase, giving rise to whatever is desired, such as food and clothing, powerful mantra accomplishing the actions of pacification, increase, and so forth, great medicine curing every sickness, a wish-fulfilling tree satisfying every need, and a wish-granting cow for all beings. Like the 4 great elements, the earth and so forth, and like the sky, may I always be a means of living in every way for the innumerable sentient beings. Likewise, may I be a means of living at all times and in all ways for the realms of sentient beings, equaling the extent of space until they all attain the sorrowless state. As long as space remains, as long as transmigratory beings remain, until then may I too remain to dispel the suffering of transmigratory beings. So anyway, I wanted to have an image of Guru Vajradhara for this prayer from Khandro-la because she is entreating Guru Vajradhara, who we commonly know as Lama Zopa Rinpoche, or His Holiness the Dalai Lama. This is the one, Venerable.
Oh, I did see that.
Yeah. So it's actually much more extensive. There's many, many Buddhas up and below, but of course, because tankas aren't made in landscape shape usually. So Khandro-la, who spontaneously composed this very moving prayer as an entreaty, and it's like a request, a cry from the heart, and it's also a confession prayer, which is part of the beginnings of purification, because the thing that makes any negative action that we do really negative is when we really rejoice at the end of having done it. The thing that starts off, that kickstarts the purification, is when we, even if we've done something, even if we intended to do something really bad and it all went according to plan, if then we start regretting it, if we change our mind and really regret it, then that's the beginning of the purification process. And one of the things about purification, or about any negativity that we create, what makes it really negative is seeking to hide it, pretending that we didn't do it, trying to hide it from ourselves or others. If we actually confess or lay it bare, that's the beginning of the purification, and it means that it's not 100% negative action. So any confession prayers are like this, that we just lay it bare, whether it's something that we can remember doing in this life or whether it's from previous lives. We stop that urge to hide our faults and open our heart like that. So of course the Buddhas can see everything all the time, so it's not like hiding our faults ever works anyway, but pretty much who we're hiding them from is ourselves and others, and this way of releasing that is the beginning of purifying our negativities. So this is what Khandro-la says. Urgyen Rinpoche, please help. Due to the karmic appearances of sentient beings in this degenerated bad time, the world is pervaded by a pandemic disease. We've fallen into a prison without shelter and without hope, isolated, without protection, and without an army. We cry out in despair. The epidemic has turned heaven and earth upside down. I ask the Buddhas of the 3 times to listen to me. I reveal openly that because sentient beings cling to a self while the self does not exist, externally the elements are disturbed. I reveal openly that due to the hallucinated mind grasping at true existence while true existence does not exist, beings are appropriated by the 3 poisons. I reveal openly that, controlled by the black poisonous snake of self-conception, we act for our victory while pursuing the defeat of others. This hallucinated mind grasping to a self and true existence conceives samsara perfections as if they were a pure refuge. Suddenly, the deadly epidemic comes, the graveyard of the maturation of actions, and the samsara perfections, like dirt and stones, become devoid of happiness. The time has come for great affection and great compassion. The experience of ripening in accordance with causes and their effects is certain. The dependent relationship is undeceiving. In the objective and vibrant appearance, the sensory object that brings happiness is grasped with attachment and appropriated by sentient beings. But it is like a dream. Bless me so that I may see dependent arising and emptiness. Bless me so that I may see emptiness and dependent arising. After realizing that dependent arising does not exist intrinsically, bless me to see the reality of the mind. Controlled by the hallucinated mind that conceives a self that does not exist, the chronic sickness of selfishness that protects friends and eliminates enemies, destroys this and future lives in a continuum of suffering like the ripples of water. Not understanding that sentient beings are our mothers and their kindness, we act with ingratitude. This I reveal openly. I reveal openly that after entering the cycle of pure Dharma of the Vajra vehicle, I have degenerated the samayas received through initiation. Vajradhara, from the sphere of Dharmakaya without elaborations. You are the precious treasure that fulfills all desires and needs. Vajradhara, white lotus of emptiness and compassion. Venerable, pervading all families. Dispeller of the three times. You are the only refuge that eliminates the darkness of ignorance. You are the Buddha, but I considered you a normal human being. This I reveal openly. Though I have received the teachings of infallibility of action and results, like performing a theatrical act, I wear the mask of Dharma while supporting my life by corrupted means. This I reveal openly. I reveal openly that although there is no other refuge but the three rare and supreme, I relied on non-Buddhist teachings. I reveal openly that although there are various vehicles within the pure Dharma, I let the mind pursue the erroneous views of psychology. I openly reveal that although the freedoms and endowments are difficult to obtain and are highly meaningful, the useless activities increase. I reveal openly that although I possess the wisdom of the primordial mind, I do not see that my mind is the Dharmakaya. Not understanding how appearances arise from the base, I regard Dharmakaya and Nirmanakaya as newly produced. This I openly reveal. In short, thanks to the strength of the Lama's kindness, I can realize that all appearances of sentient beings are devoid of true existence, always free, self-liberated, directly free. Lama Vajradhara, you are the embodiment of all three roots. You are our only refuge and hope, satisfying all wishes. From the magical illusion of the three supreme bodies, precious, omniscient, compassionate, I beg you to pacify epidemics, famines, and wars. In the state without referent, I reveal all the negative actions of the three doors of us sentient beings affected by ignorance. Though the confession, who confesses, and the object of confession do not exist, I confess as an illusion in the state of non-intrinsic nature. Dharma friends close to me and acquaintances, please apply yourselves in Dharma, reflecting on the difficulty of obtaining freedoms and endowments. Apply yourselves in the Dharma of adventitious impermanence. Apply yourselves in the Dharma of infallibility of actions and their results. Apply yourselves in Dharma, reflecting on the disadvantages of samsara. Apply yourselves in Dharma, reflecting on the advantages of liberation. Apply yourselves in Dharma, reflecting on universal responsibility. Compassion, altruism, and the mind of enlightenment are the precious riches that do not deceive. In particular, apply yourself in the Dharma of the Vajra vehicle of the secret mantra that frees upon meeting it. Apply yourself in the Dharma, which is the sublime essence, endowed with emptiness and great compassion, the spontaneous and perfect nature. Rest assured that the Dharma is solely to pacify yourself and benefiting others. Stop worrying. If you rely on powerful deities, all suffering becomes an aid to happiness. Never separate yourself, even at the cost of your life, from the refuge of the three rare and supreme ones who do not deceive. Faith and compassion are the foundation of all that you desire. Do not be afraid. Make requests from the bottom of your heart. Ask continually for blessings from the Lama deity. In case you can act on the results of your actions, what is the purpose of worrying and being sorry? In the case that you cannot do anything about the results of your actions, what is the purpose of worrying and being sorry? If you recite the mantras Mani, Benza, and Tare with request, you will certainly free yourself from all obstacles. May there be the auspiciousness of the Lama and the three jewels. May there be the auspiciousness of reality free from denial and affirmation. May they be the auspiciousness of happiness of sentient beings, the mothers. May they be the auspiciousness of seeing the compassionate Lama. May they be the auspiciousness of spontaneous fulfillment of the 4 enlightened activities. May they be the auspiciousness of seeing and hearing the excellent path of liberation. May they be the auspiciousness of spontaneous fulfillment of the fruition of the spontaneous realization of the 3 exalted bodies. And may they be the auspiciousness of complete prosperity. So now we have the other prayers that were recommended by Lama Zopa Rinpoche to do. So starting with the Vajra, which is a very intense form of Vajrapani. The very ferocious dark blue Vajrapani holding a Vajra and a snake lasso. His holy body is complete with glorious ornaments of the charnel grounds, and he's standing with his 2 feet stretched out on a lotus and a sun. So what it represents is overcoming the really fearful ignorance. But it kind of just gives you the idea of the immense force and power that it evokes. So yeah, in a blazing fire of transcendental wisdom, which isn't quiet. It's like like if you've ever seen any videos of tornadoes and hurricanes and how it sounds like 10 freight trains bearing down upon you. So that's the sound of this. Like it says, of violent winds and hailstorms. And within this fire, then all of the implements that directly counter all the different types of inner and outer diseases. So fire garudas, so in all the little fire flickers there are fire garudas, iron scorpions, so scorpions counter hatred, black pigs, which counter ignorance, and then all the elements, wind and fire, the noxious vapors of poison, so to counteract all of the poisons of polluting our mind stream, and in that incredible enlightened maelstrom, I suppose, there's destroying all disease, epidemics, all spirit harms, all interferers, all harm givers, all inner and outer obstacles. So the mantra. So we recite it together 10 times, and then when we're finished, then you hold your hand in front of your mouth and you blow so that the air flows onto your face and you can breathe the air in. So what you're doing is you're breathing in the power of your speech. And the way Rinpoche recited this was in quite a forceful manner. Hum Vajra Pe, Om Pema Shavari Pe, Nam Pashig, Naganan Tayata, Sava Virita, Hana Hana Vajrena, Raksha Raksha Swaha. Hum Vajra Pe, Om Pema Shavari Pe, Nam Pashig, Naganan Tayata, Sava Virita, Hana Hana Vajrena, Raksha Raksha Swaha. Hum Vajra Pe, Om Pema Shavari Pe, Nam Pashig, Naganan Tayata, Sava Virita, Hana Hana Vajrena, Raksha Raksha Swaha. Hum Vajra Pe, Om Pema Shavari Pe, Nam Pa Shig Naganan Tayata Sava Virita, Hana Hana Vajrena Raksha Raksha Swaha. Hum Vajra Pe, Om Pema Shavari Pe, Nam Pa Shig Naganan Tayata Sava Virita, Hana Hana Vajrena Raksha Raksha Swaha. Hum Vajra Pe, Om Pema Shavari Pe, Nam Pa Shig Naganan Tayata Sava Virita, Hana Hana Vajrena Raksha Raksha Swaha. Hum Vajra Pe, Om Pema Shavari Pe, Nam Pa Shig Naganan Tayata Sava Virita, Hana Hana Vajrena Raksha Raksha Swaha. Hum Vajra Pe, Om Pema Shavari Pe, Nam Pa Shig Naganan Tayata Sava Virita, Hana Hana Vajrena Raksha Raksha Swaha. Hum Vajra Pe, Om Pema Shavari Pe, Nam Pa Shig Naganan Tayata Sava Virita, Hana Hana Vajrena Raksha Raksha Swaha. Hum Vajra Pe, Om Pema Shavari Pe, Nam Pa Shig Naganan Tayata Sava Virita, Hana Hana Vajrena Raksha Raksha Swaha. I'm blowing on your hand. For your speech, blessed by the power of the mantra, and then breathing in that power so it flows all through your, touching all your mucous membranes, flowing down your throat and into your lungs and into all the little, all the branches of the lungs, every little particle, blessed by the power of the mantra. Black Manjushri. So again, this image of Black Manjushri is one that Lama Zopa Rinpoche has personally in his house. But Black Manjushri is also depicted seated in the Vajra position, just like Orange Manjushri, with the, holding the sword and the text. So the black, the colour of deep space, seated in a wisdom fire, bigger than at the fire at the end of a world eon. So the semi-wrathful face, 3 eyes, one hand holding the scripture, Prajnaparamita Sutra, the other the sword, adorned with beautiful bone ornaments, the 3 places marked by the white Om, red Ah and blue Hum. At his heart, a mantra rosary. And from the mantra rosary at the heart, flames of clear light emanate in all directions. These flames of clear light pervade all the inside of your body, completely purifying all negativities, illnesses, all the causes of suffering, all the confusion. And the flames of clear light also surround you like a blissful, purifying aura. All negative karmas, obscurations, sicknesses, spirit harms and dangers are completely purified. All black magic, curses and so forth are instantaneously burned away. So the flames of clear light are incredibly piercing, so no negativity can withstand them. They're instantaneous and they're incredibly blissful. They have a real force behind them, like this elemental fire. So again, we can recite the mantra. Om trasa chusa dutasa dumisa ningolacha kalaja kam sham tram bepe swaha. Om trasa chusa dutasa dumisa ningolacha kalaja kam sham tram bepe swaha. Om trasa chusa dutasa dumisa ningolacha kalacha kam sham tram bepe swaha. Om trasa chusa dutasa dumisa ningalacha kalacha kam sham tram bepe swaha. Om trasa chusa dutasa dumisa ningalacha kalacha kam sham tram bepe swaha. Om trasa chusa dutasa dumisa ningalacha kalacha kam sham tram bepe swaha. Om trasa chusa dutasa dumisa ningalacha kalacha kam sham tram bepe swaha. Om trasa chusa dutasa dumisa ningalacha kalacha kam sham tram bepe swaha. Om trasa chusa dutasa dumisa ningolacha kalacha kam sham tram bepe swaha. Om trasa chusa dutasa dumisa ningolacha kalacha kam sham tram bepe swaha. In the dedication prayers for these two mantra recitations. Due to all the merits of the 3 times collected by me, the numberless Buddhas and the numberless sentient beings, may all wars, sickness, famine, torture, poverty, and economic problems in the world, and all dangers of earth, water, fire, and wind be pacified immediately. And may perfect peace and happiness prevail in everyone's hearts and lives. May the Buddha Dharma last for a long time, and may the sentient beings in this world meet the Buddha Dharma and achieve enlightenment as quickly as possible. Due to all the past, present, and future merits collected by me, and all the merits of the 3 times collected by the numberless Buddhas and numberless sentient beings, which are completely empty of existing from their own side, may I, who am completely empty of existing from my own side, achieve the state of full enlightenment, which is completely empty of existing from its own side, and lead all sentient beings who are completely empty of existing from their own side to that state which is completely empty of existing from its own side, by myself alone, who is completely empty of existing from my own side. In the prayer liberating Sakya from disease. This is the prayer from Thangtong Gyalpo, the great Mahasiddha, the great yogi. Lama Zopa Rinpoche said the previous 2 prayers were as a protection for oneself and others, but this one is to protect the whole country, the whole world, to stop the spread. This prayer in particular is very good at stopping the spread of diseases and epidemics. It came from a time in a great monastery called the Glorious Sakya Tradition, and there was a huge epidemic and nothing worked no matter what anybody did. Medicines or pujas or prayers or cleanliness or any of those things, the epidemic was spreading really quickly. So Thangtong Gyalpo performed this prayer called the Space Refuge, and also recited a number of Om Mani Padme Hums, Manis, and the epidemic completely disappeared. So it became known as the Vajra speech radiating masses of clouds of blessing, entitled The Prayer Liberating Sakya from Disease. So this image here of Thangtong Gyalpo as a 65-year-old man with a grey beard, nevertheless very healthy and robust, and holding the long life vase in his lap, the nectar of immortality that cures birth, sickness, aging and death. And behind him is the transcendental wisdom ocean of the nectar of immortality. And then in his other hand, the right hand, is the iron chains. So Thangtong Gyalpo was renowned for creating these incredibly strong, enduring iron chain bridges, of which he made maybe 80 in his lifetime. Some of them more than 100 meters long. There's a photo on Google of some of those bridges still standing there. So all the floorboards have rotted away, but the two iron chains, really thick iron chains, go from the point of view of where you're looking across this ravine to the other side. They're still there. The trees that are holding them up are still there as well. So that's what 1,000 years or so. So this prayer, incredibly powerful for protection, for bringing along life, but also clearly for making connection and enduring connections. So in particular, as we are reciting this together over the interwebs, we can have this personal prayer that may these connections that we're making online be as enduring, as long-lasting, as beneficial a way of connecting sentient beings to the Dharma, as well as protecting their lives from this virus and all the other diseases that are spreading throughout the world. So we recite this space refuge prayer together 10 times and think that we'll do it quite slowly and nicely. Think that all the sentient beings are reciting as well. All sentient beings equal to space go for refuge to the precious Guru Buddha. We go for refuge to the Buddha, the Dharma and the Sangha. We go for refuge to the assembly of gurus, meditational deities and dakinis. We go for refuge to the empty clarity of our own minds, the Dharmakaya. All sentient beings equal to space go for refuge to the precious Guru Buddha. We go for refuge to the Buddha, the Dharma and the Sangha. We go for refuge to the assembly of gurus, meditational deities and dakinis. We go for refuge to the empty clarity of our own minds, the Dharmakaya. All sentient beings equal to space go for refuge to the precious Guru Buddha. We go for refuge to the Buddha, the Dharma and the Sangha. We go for refuge to the assembly of gurus, meditational deities and dakinis. We go for refuge to the empty clarity of our own minds, the Dharmakaya. All sentient beings equal to space go for refuge to the precious Guru Buddha. We go for refuge to the Buddha, the Dharma and the Sangha. We go for refuge to the assembly of gurus, meditational deities and dakinis. We go for refuge to the empty clarity of our own minds, the Dharmakaya. All sentient beings equal to space go for refuge to the precious Guru Buddha. We go for refuge to the Buddha, the Dharma and the Sangha. We go for refuge to the assembly of gurus, meditational deities and dakinis. We go for refuge to the empty clarity of our own minds, the Dharmakaya. All sentient beings equal to space go for refuge to the precious Guru Buddha. We go for refuge to the Buddha, the Dharma and the Sangha. We go for refuge to the assembly of gurus, meditational deities and dakinis. We go for refuge to the empty clarity of our own minds, the Dharmakaya. All sentient beings equal to space go for refuge to the precious Guru Buddha. We go for refuge to the Buddha, the Dharma and the Sangha. We go for refuge to the assembly of gurus, meditational deities and dakinis. We go for refuge to the empty clarity of our own minds, the Dharmakaya. All sentient beings equal to space go for refuge to the precious Guru Buddha. We go for refuge to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. We go for refuge to the assembly of gurus, meditational deities, and dakinis. We go for refuge to the empty clarity of our own minds, the Dharmakaya. All sentient beings equal to space go for refuge to the precious Guru Buddha. We go for refuge to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. We go for refuge to the assembly of gurus, meditational deities, and dakinis. We go for refuge to the empty clarity of our own minds, the Dharmakaya. All sentient beings equal to space go for refuge to the precious Guru Buddha. We go for refuge to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. We go for refuge to the assembly of gurus, meditational deities, and dakinis. We go for refuge to the empty clarity of our own minds, the Dharmakaya. And reciting the Om Mani Padme Hum. So we recite this whilst gazing at the image of Thangtong Gyalpo. Feel it's being imprinted not just to your eyes but to your mind stream. And light and nectar flows from the long life nectar vase that Thangtong Gyalpo is holding. An ocean of blissful long life wisdom nectar flowing through you and all sentient beings. So reciting whilst gazing at the image, which is literally pixels of light, recognizing that while this is the image, that the actual Thangtong Gyalpo is here. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum. Om 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 Mani Padme Hum. So the different mantra tunes for the Om Mani Padme Hum. In the last retreat in Bendigo, Lama Zopa Rinpoche shared how his mother used to sing manis to him when he was a child. So there's the shorter version for when you're walking around, doing the digging the earth and collecting firewood, and then the nice longer version for when gazing out over onto the hilltops of snow, for being a lullaby at night. So the dedication verses for the space refuge and the mantra. May all the diseases that sadden the minds of sentient beings that result from karma and temporary conditions, such as the harms of spirits, illnesses, and the elements, not occur in the realms of the world. May whatever sufferings there are from life-threatening diseases, that like a butcher leading a being to be slaughtered, separate the body from the mind in a mere instant, not occur in the realms of the world. May all embodied beings be unharmed by acute, chronic, and other infectious diseases, the mere sound of whose names terrifies beings, as though they'd been placed inside the mouth of Yama, the Lord of Death. May all embodied beings be unharmed by the 80,000 classes of harmful interferers, the 360 evil spirits that harm suddenly, and the 424 diseases, and so forth. May whatever sufferings there are due to disturbances of the four elements, depriving the body and mind of every pleasure, be totally pacified. And may the body and mind have radiance and power and be endowed with long life, good health, and well-being. By the compassion of the Gurus and the Triple Gem, by the power of the Dakinis, Dharma protectors, and guardians, and by the strength of the infallibility of karma and its results, May these many dedications and prayers be fulfilled as soon as they are made. May this whole experience, the power of this experience, also be as equally powerful with making connections with the Dharma. And whatever we experience, whether it's pleasant or unpleasant, good or bad, may it always propel us into a stronger, clearer Dharma practice for the benefit of everybody. Okay, so a couple of dedication prayers. Let's recite these ones together. May the precious supreme bodhicitta not yet born arise and grow. May that which has arisen not decline but increase more and more. Due to this virtue, may I quickly become a Guru Buddha and lead all transmigratory beings without exception to that state. Long life prayer for His Holiness Dalai Lama. The wish-granting, wish-fulfilling jewel, source of every single benefit and happiness in this world, to the incomparably kind Tenzin Gyatso I beseech, may all your holy wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. Lama Zopa Rinpoche, you who uphold the subduer's moral way, who serve as the bountiful bearer of all, sustaining, preserving, and spreading Manjunath's victorious doctrine, who masterfully accomplish magnificent prayers honouring the three jewels. Saviour of myself and others, your disciples, please, please live long. A long life prayer for all of our holy gurus. May my venerable Lama's life be firm, their white divine actions spread in 10 directions. May the torch of the teachings of Losang always remain, dispelling the darkness of all beings in the three realms.